Hi, my name is Brian Kohler, and I'd like to take you on a musical autobiography as we journey along together and explore how music has made an impact in my life. I was certainly born into a musical family with my dad being the pastor and my mom being the choir director. But one of my earliest memories was probably sitting in my grandfather's truck, called him Pop-Up, as we would go to one of his jobs and just listening to him whistle. Sometimes it would be a hymn, sometimes it'd just be a tune, but I certainly remember that music as being a part of my early childhood. Another significant memory for me is going to church and specifically Sunday school and singing all the fun songs that we would sing with all of the fun motions. One of them that really comes to my memory is Only a Boy Named David, and it talks about David and Goliath and how David had the sling, and the sling went around and threw the stone, and the giant came tumbling down.
And one little stone went in the sling, and the sling went round and round. And one little stone went in the sling, and the sling went round and round. And round and round and round and round and round and round and round. And one little stone went in the air, and the giant came tumbling down.
When I think about those things, about the choices that were made on the songs that they taught the children so that we would have a basic faith foundation, and I still can remember those songs even at this age, and how they've helped to put a firm foundation to my personal spiritual journey. I remember going into the living room and laying down on the floor with either the album cover, or sometimes we would use the little viewfinder and watch pictures of Mary Poppins as we'd listen to the album. And I think that exposure to the songs of musicals really developed my love for musical theater, and which has still remained strong and a part of who I am to this day. Now, as part of our Saturday evening routine, we would always watch the Lawrence Welk Show before heading to bed. And I really enjoyed watching the tap dancers and Bobby and Sissy as they were dancing, and also really enjoyed watching all the different instruments, the trombones and the accordion. It was just a joyful time and a way to kind of get settled in for the evening and prepare for a busy day ahead of church. My brother came along when I was about 11, and I remember for his dedication, we as a family sang to him. Bill Gaither was very prevalent in Christian music at that time, and this piece just worked out so well for us because we each got a solo line. And very, very special memories. We sang to my brother and let him know that he's something special. And it was good to hear that in our own ears as well, and know that we are one of a kind. Once again, music providing a reassurance in our journey. Now, I began to play trombone in late elementary school and into junior high school. And in my city, jazz in the schools was very prevalent, and got exposed to listening to Chuck Mangione and Maynard Ferguson, but even got to see Buddy Rich in person as our junior high school music teacher brought them to town to do a concert. So at this point, instrumental music was really playing a big influence on my life, and still singing in the choir with Mom at church, but beginning to find my own groove as well. One of the highlights for me in high school was in my senior year, I got to be the drum major of the marching band. And that was the year that we got to go and perform at Disney World. So it was quite exciting to be a leader and to go to drum major camp and learn all the special commands and process to lead a band. And at the end of the year, what a pleasure it was to stand at the final football game and conduct the band in the Star-Spangled Banner. It really wasn't until my senior year in high school that I got back involved in singing or in choral singing and got to be a part of my high school show choir. One of our signature songs was Java Jive, and of course Manhattan Transfer was another group that was a big influence on me, and to be able to sing one of those songs was a real pleasure. That was a good time, and kind of finally felt like there was a group of people that I could hang out with that understood me and that we could share in music together. I went to Judson College in Elgin, Illinois, which is a Christian college, and got involved with the handbell choir, and soon became a soloist with them, ringing the Lord's Prayer, which is one of my favorite things to do. When playing with the bells, we got to do a lot of travel. We went to Haiti, Jamaica, we went to Europe, Niagara Falls, we performed at Disneyland. It was a great opportunity to travel, and had it not been for music, I wouldn't have that opportunity. In college, I was primarily a voice major and learned the repertoire of classical repertoire for baritone, or at least a small portion of it, and sang with the college choir, as well as got to lead a small ensemble that was like a Dickens caroling group. But my favorite thing was at my junior recital, I got to play the wolf in the one-act opera of Little Red Riding Hood. When I got to seminary, I continued in voice lessons and learned more about church music. But one of my favorite things was my master's thesis was a one-person show that talked about the life of Christ and about my own personal journey in my spiritual walk. And one of the final songs is by Ray Boltz, and it's called Watch the Lamb. And it was particularly powerful and had the opportunity to do several performances at various churches across the country for quite a while, even after graduating from seminary. Trying to record 55 years of a musical journey in 10 minutes is quite a challenge. And to be perfectly honest, the next few years after seminary were pretty difficult and a time that I don't care to focus a whole lot on. And so I want to bring you up to where I'm at now in my life. I've been serving as the choir director of Kent United Methodist in Kent, Washington for the past 7 years. And what a joy it is to work with them. Even in the time of COVID, my folks came out and even combined with our orphanage in the Congo to create a virtual choir piece to continue to share the ministry and music that we do here. I work full-time in a memory care community with people living with dementia and have found that to be incredibly fulfilling. But now as I pursue this dream of becoming a music therapist so that I can help out even more people, what a reward. And I look forward to the new adventures that continue on my musical journey and help in healing and improving the lives of others. I leave you with a song written by a dear friend of mine, a version of The Lord is My Shepherd. Blessings to you. I shall not want.